Hey everybody, welcome to another video. I am Gold Raven, and today's video is a class guide. This is the Rogue class guide. And Rogue is actually an overlooked class. I rarely use it myself because he's not good for taking out multiple enemies. However, for taking out a single enemy in close quarters, he's actually pretty efficient. There are two particular ways that I like using him, and I will show you both of those ways. So the first is his Poison Strike. It can stack up to 4 times, and I rarely even get to stack it 4 times. That was 3. I stacked it 3 times, and it dropped him faster than I would have dropped him with any other class, I think. The next is to use Poison Strike, Stealth, and Scorpion Tail Strike, and apparently upon doing that you can crit extremely high. So we'll do Poison Strike, Stealth. I didn't crit. I'll do Poison, Stealth, and Scorpion Tail. So within 3 hits, I don't know if that guy had assisted me or not. Okay, so let's test this here. 1 Poison, 1 Stealth. Not bad. Now the thing that's nice about the Rogue, even without using any of his abilities, he swings extremely fast. The one thing I don't like is the stealth takes way too long to recharge. 24 seconds. So as you can see, it can drop bosses pretty good. He dropped that boss a lot quicker than I would have with the warrior. So the other attack is Stagger, which doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So I rarely use it myself. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the Rogue. This is a class guide for the warrior. And the warrior is good at taking out a group of mobs. I'll give an example right here with these 2 skeletons. And they can be dropped pretty quickly. So there's one ability I rarely use, which is the same as the Rogue, the middle button in Rogue, number 3 for the Rogue. It's the same one. It just basically weakens them, makes them weaker, or it lowers their defense. In this particular case, it lowers their attack, and the other one, it lowers their defense. But so you've got your Whirlwind here, which I call the spin attack. And you've got your Vorpal Strike. Now these 2 are the 2 I use the most. So when I first get into a lot, and if I'm going to be going against a really tough opponent, I'm going to use Warcry, which powers me up. And anybody around you, in fact. So if you have anybody nearby, it powers you up. And it lasts 20 seconds, so it's more than enough to do some serious damage. And then the Vorpal Strike can hit pretty hard. And the regular attack itself is pretty fast, actually. Not quite as fast as Rogue, but it is a pretty fast auto attack. So the best way to use this class, if you're going up against a lot of monsters, you'll want to use your Warcry, then your Whirlwind, and then your Vorpal Strike. If you're going up against something that hits really hard, you can use your Rending Cut. But that is basically it. He's a pretty straightforward class. And he's great to use if you have a lot of monsters around to fight. If you're fighting individual monsters, maybe you want to go with the Rogue. But if you're fighting multiple monsters, then the warrior is definitely a good choice. Mage is actually my favorite class for one reason and one reason only. It's the only range. There should be an archer. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So first and foremost, you've got lightning strike, which in itself is amazing. It stuns them so they can't run. Certain monsters are impervious to it, but most monsters are. Now see, this particular skeleton is walking towards me instead of running, and it lasts for 6 seconds, and then they usually die before they get to me. Next is Fireball, and this thing here is a powerful hit. I have hit 320 or 340 or something like that. It is a very powerful attack. Mage is extremely easy to use, and you've also got Magic Shockwave. Now, Magic Shockwave would be best used when there's multiple monsters around, but as a mage, you don't want to draw too much aggro. Magic Shockwave damages any monster in your area. And your other ability is a Mana Shield. This you can either do on yourself, but it doesn't last for very long. And you can also use this on another player. So now, taking down bosses, if you are planning on taking them down with the mage, you'll want to start at a distance. Now see, Daze does not work on bosses most of the time. So that is the brief guide on Mage. I am doing a class guide on the Guardian. And first and foremost, you've got the Guardian's Oath, which this actually draws the aggro of the mobs to you. So it's not a great idea to actually use this unless you actually want them on you. But it also weakens them, so in some cases it works out okay. In order to completely maximize the attack of Guardian, you would use 3 of these and then 1 of these, or 3 of these and 1 of these. So I'll give an example on this guy. Miss. That's 3, and then I can heal. Or I can do 1, 2, 3, and then I can use my flame. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, and I didn't even need to heal again. But that gives you an example of how this tanks. And I don't really find it any better for bosses than any of the other classes, really, but apparently it is the tank. I don't find the healing really helps very much. It heals you for very little most of the time. But anyways, that gives you a brief example of what the Guardian can do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.